Hello guys, welcome back. It's Women's Rules here and we are on episode 7.
Can't believe we're on episode 7. I know I say it every time that we can't believe we've got another episode, but it just feels surreal. I was sitting uploading today's episode that's going to go out, and it said on YouTube 2 months ago, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, we've literally had the pod for 2 months. It
2
feels
months.
like it feels longer, but it also feels like shorter. We like show up for you guys like for free out of like pure passion and love, and it's definitely something that we would love to like make a part of our jobs one day.
Absolutely. So we do want to just apologise for the episode that will actually air today. We do have technical issues most times
We just had one.
that we record. Again, I think we've said it's just a learning curve, but it's so great because we are just learning, and we're learning every time that we record. You know, it's like the setup is getting quicker, but the tech is still taking a bit of time.
Yeah. Last Sunday, we took to the streets of Glasgow's West End, and we handed out flyers, stickers, business cards. So if you were one of those people that received it and you're watching now off the back of this, then it worked, and we're so glad to have you here.
It was such a, I would say, saying it's surreal is a bit dramatic, but it was a little bit, because we were sat in Juicy just having our brunch, and then
sorry to interrupt you, cut you right off there, because that food, by the way, Juicy's new menu is actually insane. See that like pool, like acai, like honestly, absolutely beautiful. And you had like a chicken.
That was my first time there, and I just went to the counter and I was like,
I need to get one today. Honestly, I'm food obsessed, guys. Honestly, I'm obsessed. It's honestly so good. So if you're in Glasgow's West End, you really need to try Juicy's new menu. Not sponsored, but if you'd like to, if you'd like to work with us, then Women's Rules at Outlook. No, at Outlook.com.
Yeah. We always get our email wrong. But no, it was really fun. Just speaking to a few girlies that just approach people as well. I think it's strange, like it feels so normal approaching like girls or just like, but why does it feel so awkward? Like we genuinely like,
we were like, I was going nope, and then I was going, I'm going to this one. She's going, okay, on you go then, and I'm like, nope.
Whereas Rachel would be like, right, this one, go. Hi.
yeah. Jazz was trying to give him the spiel. I was just going, we've got a new podcast, give it a wee listen.
Yeah.
Hi, girls.
I'm always a chatterbox, and these people are like trying to get to work or So no, that was fun. We're definitely going to do it again. Maybe in a different area this time. So definitely
Edinburgh fancy, you know.
Yeah.
Somewhere really push the boat. We're going around New York soon, and
so big up Glasgow for doing direct flights from next year, because watch out, New York.
Oh yeah, we're coming for you. I'm just admiring your hair. It looks absolutely beautiful today.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Lovely, the flickiness.
I love your fit.
Gorgeous. Thank you. I'm supporting Sporty Spice today.
Rachel was throwing a fit.
I know, and it's like that walk. Sorry we were late. And I was actually late, as usual. Basically, me and Jazz didn't have a great week last week, and this is why we're on to speak about it today, because we are going through like our self-development journeys, and nobody's perfect, and we're not saying that we're perfect at all. I think upon reflection, we don't kind of want to out ourselves here, but like when we've been looking back at our podcast, we've maybe found some not to be as relatable as what we'd like to be. Like I feel like we're trying to come across as like people who have already made it, and as much as we've maybe like we've made it in our heads for the version of us 6 months ago, but we've not made it maybe in society's version of making it, if that makes sense. We just basically wanted to have a little conversation and make this like a little bit more relatable. Our week was been heavy, especially like we both voice noted each other crying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think for me, there's so many tiny little scenarios that built up throughout the week, and by Friday, I was just like, and I just had this moment, and we were planning to meet on Friday anyway to edit the podcast, and I had said to Rachel, I know she was working, so I said, can you just phone me when you finish work? And there I was minding my own business in the house, and I saw my phone light up with her name, and I just was like, And it was just so funny because I feel like I'm like such an emotional person. Like for anyone who knows me, I am. But I've been trying really hard to be able to really identify what's making me feel that way and how to manage it.
Mhm.
So I have got better at trying to just, you know, adjust to my emotions, but also not to be like too dramatic about things.
Yeah.
So when I picked up, I was just like, oh my god, why is this all just flowing out? But it just felt like such a safe space, and I think it's so normal. And I think it was quite refreshing also for Rachel to be like, this girl's crying.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Because I feel like it's more like mostly me that like gets a little bit like upset and stuff like when we talk about things. Because I'm an emotional person. I'm very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, I've got a lot better with my emotions. Like I definitely have. I think like now sometimes I can be a wee bit cold towards situations, a wee bit more cutthroat, but I needed that. Like I
Yeah.
100% needed that because I was like such a pushover. I let people like tell me as much as people would say to me, "You're doing so well," and they look up to me. I would definitely say I was like a big pushover, but that's a total different episode.
Of
I think
course.
like we both basically resonated with the feeling of what me and Jazz do and why we've got this podcast is when we feel these ways, it's like, well, why do we feel this way? What's been going on? And
Yeah.
identifying that, like Jazz said.
Yeah.
So for us, it was the transition from summer into winter, and it's this kind of winter arc, as
Yeah.
TikTok's calling it.
Yeah.
And the winter
She's here.
arc, and what is the winter arc, and why does everybody feel the pressure to like have this transition to lock in and basically become the best version of themselves. It's sounding like every minute of like because it's be great in summer, but now it's also be great in winter.
Yeah, and I think it is a hard transition. I think every year I find it naturally very hard. Like especially here in Scotland, it's like dark first thing, and then it gets dark early. So you're battling with the fact that you're not really seeing any sun because it's mostly cloudy.
Yeah,
and I find that so difficult sometimes. Like I love just like a bright blue sky morning,
yeah.
even if it's cold and crisp. And I know those days will come, but I think I do struggle with that. And also, I am one of the people that sets my alarms earlier than usual, but I think I find that hard in the winter because it's like it's pitch black
I know.
outside.
I was really honestly see last week like that was definitely something that like as much as we love saying set your alarm 10 minutes early, we were recording where we were editing
Yeah,
on Friday night and we kept howling at our saying why do we love saying if people just set
just
your alarm 10 minutes early and you'll be sorted.
solves everything.
So does it Nick, right? Last week this girl set her alarm for 6 a.m. every day. She woke up at 20 past 8, probably consistently 5 days out of that week. I didn't probably tell my coach Kyle that, but like I definitely did sleep a lot longer, and it didn't make me feel good. Like, and I think it was just like this adjustment. So,
Yeah,
do you know what it is when it comes to this like kind of winter time, this winter arc? Like, it is discipline, and
it's
it's a strong form of discipline because it is harder. But on the other hand, I think there is this pressure of us with this winter arc to kind of keep going the way we're going, and sometimes like you can give yourself a little bit of leeway
oh
because we all feel the pressure.
yeah, and that's the thing I was gonna say. Like I would set my alarm at like 5:30 in the morning, like in the summer, but now I'm setting it at like maybe 6 a.m. just because I'm like I like to transition softly into the winter
Yeah,
arc
yeah.
instead of just being like, oh, I'm gonna carry on getting up at 5:30 and going for a dog walk straight away. And no, that's not realistic for me because it's
No.
pitch black. Like I would rather wait a bit later once it starts to get a little bit lighter, which
Yeah.
is still like what 7, half 7, but it's all those and it's like even like foods. I think you transition with foods, social aspects,
Yeah.
and just I think it's a lot easier to say, oh, it looks rubbish out there, I might call off my plans today.
Yeah, definitely. Which doing things like that, and don't get me wrong, we all need a day snuggled up in the house, like watching films. personally, it doesn't fill my cup. Like, it's not something that I do.
What did I do yesterday? I love, and this is a classic example of how my week was and how I get a lot of comments saying like, Jazz, how are you going to fit that in? And I've got a new opportunity that's coming up that will be with everyone soon. But when I've been talking to my friends about it, they're like, how are you going to fit that in? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I love being busy, but also the importance is I know when to give time to myself. If I feel like I've overloaded, I know that, and I can just let me look at my weekly diary, let me see what I can move and switch around. And yesterday I did just that. And I had plans with my friend in the morning, and I just kind of called off my plans for the evening just so I could just sit and breathe, do a bit of life admin. It was great.
Yeah, I think like you definitely like need to have that. I feel like for me, like everyone is so
Yes.
different. Like people say to me, like clients and stuff will say, "What you watch on the telly?" And actually, I haven't watching anything. Like I used to like get really involved in series and stuff, but it just doesn't fill my cup anymore. Like but I did sit and for me like kind of trash TV, but it's not as much. It's in quotation marks because that's what people would call it. But for me, it was sitting watching the Call Her Daddy with Kim Kardashian's like podcast.
That was great.
And yeah, obviously, like she talks about business and stuff, so I can take something away from that. But it isn't educational. It was something that I would normally normally watch. But I don't. I just. I'm not. I don't know. Like I just don't interest me in like watching things. I watched Molly May's documentary and I love that.
I think as well, I find that like series like Love Island and stuff like that, I really think it's not great for most people's mental health. I think a lot of people watch it for maybe a bit of validation and the drama aspect, and you also might just watch it because you do enjoy it. But I just find that I just think it's a bit of a waste of a time.
I absolutely agree with you. I feel like I used to love Love Island and I used to love The Only Way is Essex, used to love Making Chelsea. I really do like Making Chelsea a wee bit because they do talk about business in it. They've all got businesses.
I like Made in Chelsea.
And yeah, like I'm not ready to let go of that yet.
Yeah.
And do you know what the thing is, guys, right? See with this winter arc and see with the not even just with the winter arc, but everything that you're doing to do self-development, you will naturally fall out of old habits once you start making new habits. So my new habit now is sitting watching Afnan Khalif talk about like how she made her millions. I don't have like because I have a set diary. So if I've got an hour to sit and watch and like soak in some sort of video form content, it's maybe that rather than an episode of Love Island. You know, maybe some people got more time on their hands, like, but I unfortunately like don't. And I say actually, I take that back. I don't mean unfortunately because I'm very lucky to be busy and
of course.
I like having like that time to sit and eat my dinner and watch that, and it makes me feel so motivated. Then after it, like if you're sitting and watch like things like Love Island or people say you're watching Married at First Sight, I'm like, nah, I'm not. Like my clients, like in the salon, all come to me and they say like, listen to your podcast, like it is like so good. Like that's definitely something I need to do. This, I need to do that, and like as much as we're trying to be relatable and our lives do look very different to maybe people that we know or clients that we have or people that are in our everyday lives, but these people want this routine. Like I didn't have this like 6 months ago.
Nor did I.
I was just kind of floating through life, and I just kind of had that wee bit of a. I don't want to use the word normal because it makes it sound as if like it's like average or less than.
Or like negative.
That's not what I mean, but I just had the routine of getting up, coming to work, going home, like, and that was it. Whereas like now I feel like because off the back of last week's episode talking about visions, now I have my vision. I know that when I get up, I have my morning routine, I journal, I take my vitamins, I ice roll my face, I go in my shower, I put a podcast on while I'm in the shower, I come to work. The first client that I see, and I don't know maybe if my clients have seen the difference in it.
It's funny, I just kind of laughed to myself because one of the comments I had made to Rachel on the phone on Friday when I was crying was, I know it's been a bad week because I've not ice rolled my face. And like, I know that's such a, like, it's not a big deal.
No, I laughed because I was like, pure laughing because I was like, okay, first world problems, but like it is one of those things, like if that's Jazzy's thing, that she doesn't feel like she's had a good week because she hasn't ice rolled her face, then that's what she's been doing to like level up and make herself feel better.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like if you've not been doing that, then
yeah, exactly. And I felt a bit foggy and lethargic throughout the day, and I tell you it's because of that. For sure. But moving on, I think we are definitely going to be getting into our winter arc vibes. 100%. So it's just like, how are we going to do that? And I think for me, definitely looking at next week, if I was looking at minuscule goals, is to just get up when my alarm gets up.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Goes off.
Not gets up. Yeah. Same. Like, do you know, it's like scientifically proven that when your alarm goes off, it is so much easier to just literally be like 3, 2, 1, up, then snooze it and then get up an hour and a half later. At that moment in time, you think it's easier to get up an hour and a half later. It is not. Just get up.
I use my dog as an excuse because I think my alarm goes off and I do get up. I snooze the alarm to know that when it next goes off, I need to get up. But the thing is, I get comfy. Whiskey comes in. Whiskey's my dog's name. He comes up in bed, we cuddle, and then I get so cozy. I think, and then half hour later, I'm like, oh. So that is not happening. Next week.
No. I'm the exact same. I'm getting up when my alarm goes off. I'm going to continue like to do my journaling and everything that I do in my morning routine. Make sure I'm locking in with the gym. Going to make sure I meal prep my meals because that's something I didn't do last week as well. I was finding that I was eating mozzarella sticks before I was going into the gym. Criminal, absolutely criminal. But you know what? Sometimes that's real life, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I want to be eating a meal that I've prepped, like that I've took with me. So that's definitely something. I'm going to go today. Actually, I've just like put that thought into my head and get tubs, and I'm going to cook, and I'm going to meal prep, and I'm going to take it with me, even if I need to eat it cold. See, this is the thing. Sometimes you need to sacrifice things. Yes, a warm mozzarella stick from McDonald's is absolutely beautiful, but a cold chicken and rice before the gym to get your dream figure for next summer. I mean, it's going to be worth it, isn't it, when it comes to next summer?
Yeah, and even just like your dream body of a lifetime.
Totally. And you only have one body, and it's to carry you throughout your obviously we're women, so it's going to maybe carry us through motherhood, it's going to carry us through our elderly years, so we need to make sure that we are looking after it and like nourishing it with good good foods, and that's not maybe something I did for so long, but now I'm really into that. You feel better for it. You actually do feel better for
100%. I think one thing for me is being cautious of the fact that it will be nearly the Christmas period, and people tend to have a lot of social events, and I think it's not feeling the pull towards just having a drink for the sake of it. I think I've said this before, like I do enjoy having, a wine. I do like a cocktail. Like I'm not lying when I say like I don't drink at all, but I will just be having like one or two. Like I feel so disconnected to that at times throughout the year, and I think it's just important for me personally to just think it's not worth derailing my progress or even my mindset, because I think it can toy a lot with how you're thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Like obviously for me, like I'm a wee bit, my relationship with alcohol is probably like a lot. Maybe yours, I don't know, say for example, like maybe yours is 30%, mine's is genuinely right now at probably about 5. Like I just don't have one. Like I'm not interested in it at all. For me, like it's just one of these things. I don't really like the taste of alcohol. I didn't even ever was never a big drinker ever. So for me it kind of comes naturally, but I know for some people it might be like a little bit harder because they like the taste of it and they like maybe the feeling it gives them. Like for me it's just not something that like, so I feel like it's one of those ones that for me I'm safer that way. Whereas like you get up better than I get up, like in the mornings, like because you start work earlier, like that type of thing. So there's just different things that everybody's going to take from this and apply to their life differently. But yeah, I think a lot of people feel like, oh, it's going up to Christmas, we're only in October, oh fuck it, I'll just start drinking now, I'll start eating chocolates now, I'll start like just doing all that now because it's going to be like that at Christmas anyway. And I'm like that. Nobody's perfect. Like I do stuff like that all the time. Like I just told you, I was sitting eating mozzarella sticks before I was going into the gym. Like that's really really awful. But Do you know what I mean? It's must. And I was like, going to faint. And then if I didn't have something to eat, I wouldn't have been able to do the workout, right? So I could have fueled myself with something better than a mozzarella stick. But
a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I know.
More protein.
I know. So also as well, like with the winter arc, is there something that maybe like because you aren't because throughout the summer your time is spent doing something that they can't do anymore because the summer. Like, could you do something else? Because for me, like, I love figure skating. Like, I've got like my own figure skates, and I always like go ice skating when it comes to winter. And I was thinking about it this year. I was like, is that something I'm going to be able to manage? But like, it definitely is, and it like.
This is so weird. Do you know I used to figure skate?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've not been in like 10 years.
Oh, really?
But
Yeah.
I used to do lessons and I had like little badges and
Love that.
had my own white figure skates.
Want to go skating together then?
I look like Bambi on ice now, but
really?
yeah, I'll embrace it.
Yeah.
I'll stick to the lemons if I get.
Oh my god, yeah. I love my lemons and my fishtails and my skating backwards and everything. Yeah. But yeah, so that's something that I kind of thought to myself. If it was coming into winter, maybe throughout the summer I'd go walks. So changing my walks for my skating. And I honestly I loved it so much. So I'm never too busy to do something that you love, and it's exercise, you know.
Yeah.
And I've got this like Maisie Peters playlist, and I put it on for a client the other day, pure randomly, because it just hit on that I listen to when I'm skating, and it's really nostalgic to me because I probably started creating that playlist in like 2022, 2021. And every time I put it on, like I can just envision me like skating on the ice like to each song. So yeah, I just love doing something like that. So if there's maybe something that you guys like did throughout the summer that you feel like you can't do now because the summer months are gone, is there something you can change it for your winter version of that, and then makes you feel like you're still doing something?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one for me is I do enjoy like an occasional run outside. That does change a bit in the winter because of the icy mornings. I've been there way too many times, black ice, and I've just and it's not fun. So I usually just trade that with like longer walks, maybe up like hills, and that's realistic for me because I do have a dog that enjoys all of the big nature walks. So instead of going off smaller runs, I just do longer walks.
Yeah, 100%, totally. So guys, that is us for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions on the winter arc or what that is or why you should be doing it or why you shouldn't be doing it, and this is no pressure at all because I feel like this winter arc thing came from TikTok, and I feel like TikTok puts so much pressure on us. Like every single video sometimes you see is like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should eat this amount of calories, you should not do this. Like if you do this, it's going to earn you this. If you don't earn this, it's bad. Like nobody is putting any pressure like on anybody. What we're just saying is I'm on board with the winter arc if it's gonna serve you. Are you on board with the winter arc?
I'm on board. Perfect. She's all aboard the winter arc train.
I just think it's something fun to do, something goals to set you in the winter when sometimes we normally all like just kind of put our feet up in the winter. And if it's something, if you're on your self-development journey and you want to level up, then giving yourself something to work on throughout the winter, it's not a bad thing.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you can maybe like go at 90% rather than 100 because throughout the summer we feel like it's easier. So we're all here for the winter arc and winter. We're all here for the winter arc, and we'll let you know how we go on all over our social media. We thank you so much for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next one.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.